So let's get you the numbers as far as the COVID surge in the country is concerned. The numbers are rising. Coronavirus, you cannot be taking it lightly. The pandemic is not over as yet. Kerala, first up. Number of active cases, 58,593 with 9,71,975 recoveries and 4,089 deaths as of Feb 22. The latest figures coming in from the Health Ministry now. Maharashtra active cases at 54,149. 19,94,947 recoveries. As far as deaths is concerned, 51,788 recoveries in the state of Maharashtra. Chhattisgarh is the next state in focus at the moment. 3,012 active cases, 3,03,973 recoveries and 3,800 deaths in the state of Chhattisgarh. The next state in focus is Madhya Pradesh. Active cases at 2,051. 2,53,522 recoveries and 3,854 deaths clocked in the state of Madhya Pradesh. We also have Punjab next. Punjab, the active cases stand at 3,019. 1,69,686 recoveries and 5,754 deaths in the state of Punjab. All the figures latest as of 22nd of February coming in straight from the Health Ministry. Some worrying news in India's battle against COVID-19. The country is witnessing a rise in COVID active cases driven by a spike in daily cases in states like Kerala, Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Punjab. According to the Health Ministry, over 85% of the new cases are just from these 5 states. Maharashtra and Kerala alone account for more than 74% of the country's active cases of coronavirus. In the midst of rising COVID cases, India is far behind in meeting its inoculation target of 13 lakh inoculations in a day. India is still on the phase 1 of the vaccination drive, where the healthcare workers and frontline workers are being given the jabs. Questions are rising and being raised as to why vaccination program is not being expanded to give out the doses to the general population as the cases are rising. However, beating COVID hesitancy amongst the people is proving to be the biggest challenge for the government.
Written letter to the PM office and our Union Health Minister to identify and give us opportunity to select about 1,000 influencers among the society. And similarly, I have also requested for the families of the frontline warriors and healthline workers, where they are constantly exposed because of the professions that their better offs will be in. And lastly but not least, the comorbidity and above 50 years of the age also should be considered on priority. These are all the issues that I have written to the union government.
Let's take the story straight across to our reporters who are joining us. Gopi is joining us from Wayanad in Kerala. Vidya is reporting from Mumbai in Maharashtra. Pankaj Khelkar is also reporting from Pune in Maharashtra. Hemendra Sharma from Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh and Manjeet Sehgal joining us live from Chandigarh. First up, let me take this straight across to our reporters who are reporting from the state of Maharashtra, which has certain curbs that have been imposed as well. First up, we've got Pankaj Khelkar reporting from Pune. Pankaj, there is a night curfew in Pune now. How long is this curfew for? What are the guidelines? What are the do's? What are the don'ts? Over to you.
See, Cheti, as of now, the divisional commissioner over here, Saurabh Rao, had a meeting with the Guardian Minister Ajit Pawar, and after that they had announced that night curfew, a controlled night curfew will be there in Pune for almost 28th of February, and till that time school and colleges will also be shut down. The reason behind is sudden rise in positive patients, 634 positive patients in a day, and this number has come almost after 3 months, and so such a step has been taken. Apart from that, people are being ordered that they should be wearing masks in public places. If not, they will be fined. So these are the 2 main steps that have been taken in Pune city. But other than that, the rest of Maharashtra, like 8 districts have reported large number of positive patients. 5 districts are also observing partial lockdown, that is Washim, Akola, Amravati, Yavatmal and other adjoining district over there. Amravati city as well as Achalpur city in Amravati district, total lockdown, that is no activity for next 7 days. These are the steps because there are sudden rise in positive coronavirus patients and people are in a way careless, and so the state government is taking such a step.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Pankaj is getting us a bird's eye view of what is going on as far as those restrictions are concerned across several districts and cities in Maharashtra. Staying with Maharashtra, Vidya is also joining us from Mumbai. The apprehension now, Vidya, is that Mumbai perhaps may see a sort of a partial lockdown, given the fact that Uddhav Thackeray, the chief minister, yesterday ended up saying, you've got 8 days, get your act together, otherwise I will be imposing this. Is this for Mumbai? Is it for the rest of Maharashtra? What's going on? What are the apprehensions and what are you picking up from sources in the Maharashtra government?
Well, it is for the entire state, but specific because Maharashtra's chief minister, when he was saying this, he specifically said that he himself has been watching how people in Mumbai have been behaving, where they are irresponsible, not wearing the mask, when they are in public. These are the things that he has pointed out. And as like a big brother, he will be watching out for people. In case they really do not improve on these kind of lethargy of not wearing the mask, then the restrictions would be imposed, is what he very clearly said. Having said that, it is to be noted that there are certain things that have been done. For example, the Mumbai police has been given the permission to now start taking fines from people for not wearing masks. This was not done only by the BMC earlier. The BMC officials cannot really reach everywhere, while the policemen are stationed at every nook and corner of the city, which is the reason why this has been done. And given those kind of orders that have now come into force, we really do see a marked difference. People who used to not wear masks in the public have now started wearing masks, given the fact that there are policemen also watching. So these are the steps that have been taken lately. And of course, as you also mentioned, Chaiti, that the fact that there are, curbs that will be put in place in case the statistics do not really help, then that certainly looms large over the city of Mumbai as well.
Hold on right there. Gopi is joining us from Kerala. Gopi, the picture looks quite grim even in the state of Kerala. We reported what's going on in Maharashtra as far as the Kerala administration is concerned. Do's and don'ts for the people. Over to you very quickly.
Well, Chaiti, there are no fresh regulations which are put in place in Kerala because in the state the situation is expected to continue, or the restrictions or the ease in lockdown restrictions are expected to remain as such for the time being, because there is no regulation which has come in place. This is mostly because the state is heading into an election. Even the politicians, including the those from the ruling front, they are on a spree of attending public rallies and meetings. But one thing that we see more particularly in Kerala, and that is a surprising fact, because even today when we were attending Rahul Gandhi's program, there were hundreds of people who had gathered there. We could actually see that at least 80 to 90% of the people who were present there were actually wearing masks, and they were wearing their masks properly. But still the surprising fact remains on how come, in spite of following these guidelines, Kerala continues to report maximum or more number of cases. Even with the latest data, we had around 4,345 fresh cases as on yesterday evening, and the active cases in Kerala remains to be around 58,330. Now, so that actually tells a story about how Kerala has been trying to manage this crisis, but still it seems it hasn't really been under control of the people or the administration for the time being.
Let's take this straight across to Manjeet Sehgal, who's joining us from Chandigarh as well. Manjeet, the picture looks quite grim as far as the state of Punjab is concerned. What has been identified as the hotspot, and what is the local state administration doing about the numbers rising in the state of Punjab?
Well, Chaiti, Punjab has seen a sharp rise in the COVID-19 cases from the last 3 weeks. During the past 3 weeks, Punjab has reported over 1,000 cases, and on an average 250 to 350 cases are being reported every day. 6 people died during the past 24 hours, and 348 fresh cases have been reported, and the active cases in the state are over 3,000. Over 5,700 people have died so far. And as far as the districts reporting the fresh spell of cases include Ludhiana, Amritsar and Shahid Bhagat Singh Nagar. The state government has now asked the frontline workers, the health department officials in particular, to come for the vaccination, and have threatened not to allow them the leave, and even they will have been asked to pay for the vaccination if they did not turn up. Remember, Punjab has just completed 38% of the vaccination target, and that is why the cases are rising up. It has seen a poor response from the health department frontline workers. Now, the health department has asked all the workers to come up for the vaccination. Otherwise, they will have to pay for the vaccine in future if they are contracting.
That's the news as far as Punjab is concerned. The situation does not look very good as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned as well. Heminder is now joining us from Bhopal, getting us all the very latest details. Heminder, what do the numbers really look like? And what is the state administration doing to contain the numbers? Is there any advisory for the people who are watching from Madhya Pradesh?
Well, on last count, the government of Madhya Pradesh released the data last evening. Every 24 hours they release their data of COVID cases. On last count, we had 2,59,000 some cases, positive cases. Unfortunately, 3,800 people have also lost their lives, and 2,53,000 people, they have also recovered and come back to their homes. So the active number of cases is around 2,000, but the point of worry and alarming, the thing that is alarming the government is that every day there are close to anything between 250 to 300 people who are reporting positive from across the state. Yesterday also 299 people reported positive. Also 4 deaths were reported. So in between we had days when Madhya Pradesh reported 0 casualties because of corona, but the casualties have again started, and once again the hotspots are Indore, which has recorded the highest number of corona positive cases, and the state capital Bhopal, which is at number 2. So the government has said that it is maintaining a high degree of alertness, and the monitoring and surveillance of corona patients is being done. Well, an advisory has been issued to people to stay with their masks on whenever they move out of their houses and not to let the guard down. So the government is saying they are alert, but despite the fact that the government is saying that they are on the alert, the number of cases are rising.
All right. So questions are now rising on the fact that on one hand, India is sending vaccines out to the world. And why is it that we are not being able to expand our mass inoculation drive or expedite it for that matter? I thank all our reporters who have joined us on this broadcast, but requesting Vidya, who's joining us from Mumbai, to stay with us. Let's get you a centre's COVID advisory to all the states. Number 1, increase the vaccination to 4 days a week. So this is one very important advisory. Perhaps this will lead to an expansion in the inoculation as advised by medical experts on the show this morning. Build hubs for second vaccination drive. So we're right now in phase 1 of the vaccination drive. Now this was for the second phase. Increase the number of RT-PCR tests. At the moment, they want to see increase in RT-PCR. Fourth advisory is do an RT-PCR after negative rapid test results. So if you're testing negative in that, you do an RT-PCR test after that. Focus on strict and comprehensive surveillance. Perhaps the guard is down in many states, but you need to bring the focus back on stricter surveillance. Centers also advise all the states to monitor the mutant strains. If you remember, there are new strains that are coming in. The new strains are causing cause of worry, and hence monitoring the mutant strains of COVID becomes very important. Maharashtra in focus with the rising number of COVID cases. It's reported over 6,000 fresh cases for the 3rd straight day. Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray has given an 8-day ultimatum to the people, saying that if people do not begin following COVID norms, then the government will have to impose another lockdown. Amidst the surge in the cases, parts of Amravati district have been placed under lockdown. There is going to be a total lockdown in Amravati city area. Amravati district area is going to be in partial lockdown for 7 days. The government has announced that all government meetings, large-scale projects, religious gatherings, political tours are not going to be allowed, as the state government of Maharashtra is looking to contain the virus spread. This is an advisory coming in from the Maharashtra state government, and it's for your benefit only. So only essential services like medicine shops, hospitals, food, vegetable shops are going to be allowed to be open. Other business activities will have to be shut from 5 p.m. all the way to 9 a.m. Offices are going to be allowed to be open with 15% workforce. Theatres, schools, colleges, swimming pool, parks are all going to be closed during the curfew time.
मैं देखूंगा, आते जाते हुए देखूंगा, मेरे जो लोग हैं उनसे बातचीत करूंगा. जिन लोगों को लॉकडाउन नहीं चाहिए वो मास्क पहनेंगे, जिन लोगों को लॉकडाउन चाहिए वो मास्क नहीं पहनेंगे. सिंपल है. लॉकडाउन अगर नहीं चाहिए तो जो 3 चीज हमेशा मैं कहते आ रहा हूं, मास्क पहनिए, हाथ धोइए और एक दूसरे से एक सुरक्षित अंतर रखिए. देखते हैं येत्या 8 ते 10 दिवसामध्ये किती जणांना लॉकडाऊन हवाय, किती जणांना लॉकडाऊन नको आहे. आणि म्हणून पुन्हा एकदा शेवटी सांगतो, मास्क घाला, लॉकडाऊन टाळा, मास्क पहनिए और लॉकडाउन को ना कहिए.
2 दिन का जनता कर्फ्यू कलेक्टर ने अनाउंस करने के बाद भी लोग रास्ते पे दिख रहे हैं और जो हमारा प्रमाण था स्पाइक में हमें सबसे ज़्यादा 7,000 रुग्ण यहाँ पे मिले थे। अभी उससे भी ज़्यादा लोग इन्फेक्टेड हो रहे हैं और लोग सुन नहीं रहे हैं, इसलिए लॉकडाउन हमें लगाना पड़ रहा है। ये अभी अमरावती सिटी और अचलपुर सिटी में है और उसके बाद में कुछ गाँवों में यदि लगाना पड़ेगा तो कलेक्टर की तरफ से आपको वो नोटिफिकेशन आ जाएगा।
Vidya and Pankaj are both joining us live from Maharashtra. Vidya from Mumbai and Pankaj joining us from Pune. Vidya, to you first. We told our viewers about all these advisories that are in place, whether it is businesses to be shut from 5 p.m. to 9 a.m., offices allowed to be opened with 15% workforce, theatre, school, colleges, swimming pools, parks to remain closed during curfew time. Now, what is this applicable for? Is this applicable for the night curfew that we are witnessing in Pune, or this advisory is applicable to the entire state of Maharashtra? If you could give us that clarification.
Chaiti, the entire regulations that have been put in place is for few districts. Remember, Maharashtra government has decided not to go in for lockdown right now, but it is going step by step, taking into account the fact that wherever the cases are high, there the restrictions are being put. For example, as Pankaj Khilkar was mentioning earlier, cities like Amravati, districts like Amravati and the neighboring districts, Pune itself has seen quite a sudden high rise, which is the reason why this entire spike has to be controlled by the local administration. The local administration has been given the authority to decide how they want to go about it and how they will do it. For example, in Aurangabad, 200 people are allowed in any wedding, while it is not the same in other districts like Mumbai, where only 50 people are allowed in a wedding. So every district has been given the authority to decide how it wants to go ahead with controlling the entire pandemic. One. And secondly, which is more important right now, is the consideration of the fact that it is more of a threat that is being given out by the government, asking the people to take the ball in their court, manage the things. They know, the people in Maharashtra should know that wearing a mask, washing hands, and these are the simple regulations that they really need to do to see to it that COVID does not really spike up any further, which is one of the reasons why Maharashtra government has been continuously, and Uddhav Thackeray himself addressed the state yesterday and very clearly said that the entire ball is now in the court of the people. They have to see to it that the COVID does not really spread. The spike has been huge in the last few days that we have seen, especially in cities like Pune, where night curfews have been imposed.
And there is also a 7-day lockdown in Amravati city. Pankaj Khilkar is also reporting from Pune in Maharashtra. Vidya already told us about what's happening in Pune. So why don't you walk our viewers through the confusion that arises when it comes to Amravati city, which is different than Amravati district, and different set of rules and regulations in place. Pankaj, are you being able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go on and tell us about the Amravati district and the Amravati city relock guidelines that are in place at the moment.
See, there is a total lockdown in Amravati city as well as Achalpur city, that is part of Amravati district. So next 7 days, there won't be any activity except the essential services that will be allowed. Other than that, people who are working in industry, whose industry is already in function, those will be allowed. But roaming on the roads is completely been banned, and the reason behind is there are large number of positive patients that have been reported in Amravati city itself, particularly families, all members of the families reporting positive. So that was the threat. So what is the reason? So samples have been sent to laboratories like NIV, wherein they are trying to find out whether some other mutation type of thing is happening in the virus that is causing the infection. So this is the main reason that Amravati city and Achalpur cities have been told to
absolutely. Thank you, Vidya and Pankaj, both for getting us those updates right there. Let me now take a moment and walk you through the COVID curves across the state of Maharashtra that is seeing a spike in the number of coronavirus cases. Let's begin with the financial capital, Mumbai. Let's see what the restrictions in Mumbai look like. The police is going to be giving out challans to the mask violators. If you're not wearing a mask in public, you will be challaned. The police is going to be pulling you up for this. 1,350 buildings have been sealed for the breach of norms. Nagpur has a night curfew from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. So that's the city of Nagpur. And 1,000 rupees fine for not wearing a mask as well if you're in Nagpur. As far as Pune is concerned, 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. there's a night curfew in place. You have schools shut until the 28th of February. Let's go on to the next city, which is Amravati city. Total lockdown till 28th of February. This is a big one. So Amravati has gone into a complete lockdown. Only essential services going to be remaining open. You already know what falls under essential services. Outside of that, everything is in a lockdown. As far as Amravati district is concerned, which is different, there's going to be a partial lockdown till 28th of February. Essential services, though, in the case of city and district of Amravati, both are going to remain open. In Akola, there's a partial lockdown till 28th of February. And, of course, needless to say, essential services are going to be allowed in Akola and everywhere else where there is a partial lockdown for that matter. Yavatmal, there is a partial lockdown till 28th of February. And again, needless to say, essential services will remain open. So this allays all your doubts. Essential services will be open wherever there's a partial lockdown or a complete lockdown. But as far as these cities are concerned, it's a matter of huge concern at the moment. Mumbai also, hence, is now on a high alert amidst the rise of coronavirus cases. There is no dearth of COVIDiots in Mumbai. On Saturday night, 3 restaurants and clubs were raided by the BMC in Bandra West and were fined for COVID norm violations. Take a look at your screens right now. The BMC has taken action against all the pubs, has fined them worth 50,000 rupees from 3 pubs. They've collected this fine. In Mumbai's Chembur, an FIR has been registered against parents of a groom and bride for flouting norms at a wedding reception where more than 200 people gathered for this event. People were not wearing masks, not maintaining social distancing norms. Even at Juhu, which happens to be a popular party spot in Mumbai suburb, and also at Juhu Beach, mask violators were made to clean up the beach for violating these norms. The city reported over 900 cases on Sunday, the highest in a week. The Mumbai police has now begun issuing challans against people who are not wearing masks. 2 important meetings were also held in Mumbai today. The first one was by the BMC to review the present situation. The second was held by public and private hospital CEOs over phase 3 of the vaccination drive.
सीएम ने तो बोला एनीवे, वो उनका राय है. हमको तो ये देखना है कि अभी काम पे तो जाना पड़ेगा. So we are anyway working, so there is no difference. कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला है. I think that negligence should be avoided. Everyone should be responsible so that this situation should be avoided.
पैसेंजर इतना केयरलेस करते थे कि कैसा भी ऐसा लगा इधर आके लगाने का, कभी ऐसा छोड़ के जाने का. तो हम लोग सब वो अभी देख के ही करते हैं कि अभी सब बराबर लगाते हैं मास्क. और अंदर अभी झाड़ी मारते हम लोग बस में कि कोई मास्क निकाला है क्या. ऐसा निकाला होगा तो हम लोग को पुलिस ने बोला है ऐसा कोई मास्क निकाल के बैठा है तो हमें तुरंत बताइए, हम उसको क्या करने का करते हैं.
Even as the Maharashtra Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray warned of a lockdown, several state politicians were seen blatantly violating the COVID protocol. On Sunday, former BJP MP Dhananjay Madik's son's wedding was celebrated in Pune without following restrictions of the pandemic. Despite Pune having a cap of 200 guests, the VVIP wedding saw around 700 guests on Sunday. Top politicians like Sharad Pawar, Devendra Fadnavis, Arvind Sawant, Sanjay Raut were amongst the attendees in this wedding, which was seen flouting the COVID norms. On your screens right now, netas have been identified who have flouted the COVID norms. The COVID-19 norms were openly flouted by them. Politicians like Devendra Fadnavis were seen without a mask, and large number of attendees were present. Social distancing also went for a toss. The wedding has raised several questions now. The most prominent one, whether COVID norms are different for the Aam Aadmi, the Aam Janta, and whether it is different for the VIPs.
Hello everyone, this is Rahul Kamal here. Hope you enjoyed this video. For the latest news and analysis, like and subscribe the India Today YouTube channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated.